let's talk about that colonic irrigation, Matt. Let's talk about you sat sweltering on a bench with your legs gaping like an unwelcome mother with a mutant in the pit of her gut, grunting and squelching. We went to have colonic irrigation yesterday, me, Matt and Trevor did. Them two went first, right?
Colonic Hydrotherapy.
What's the difference?
Because that lady said irrigation means you put water in something.
Trevor, turn your phone off. What's wrong with you? It's happened once. Don't you learn? What are you going to do? Leave the show, marry another South American woman and live another lie? What's wrong with you? Well, what are you going to do, Matt? Leave the show, put on that Metallica thing and have someone lick the back of your legs?
Metallic.
Okay, so we went for this colonic hydrotherapy with that woman called Vel. It was in Harley Street we went to. Actually, Adam, we're going to give you the bill for that because we thought BBC should pay for it because it is actually content. It's content for the show, isn't it? Really?
Well, there was a lot of content. Let's be honest.
Ultimately, this show is made up of our whoopsie. Let's not try and hide this.
Pumping out the toilets at a festival.
How dare you?
Yeah.
It was glorious. It was like a Technicolor dream coat what was coming out the back of me. Glorious looking stuff.
Trev had some weird stuff come out.
I had people panhandling for gold through mine. It was like the
only
Wild West.
panhandling you do with your trousers and pants down is when you're lingering in a Soho lavvy trying to make up your income, trying to pay for yet another divorce, you bigamist. So like, here, listen, right, so what's really interesting about it is like we went there and like those two went first and the woman, Vel, who's very attractive, wasn't
Beautiful,
she?
African,
lovely
African
lady.
woman, very attractive, very nice big bottom and quite big boots.
And she said the word for frog in Zulu.
Yeah, what was it? It was just a click.
Bit like that.
No,
but no.
Like that.
That's how you say frog in Zulu, but when's that ever going to come up?
Well,
unless Trevor goes to Africa and wants to kill one.
He knew the word and asked her to say it.
Probably because it's part of his litany of crimes against amphibians.
Anyway, let's not get involved in that.
Why not?
We'll set the scene.
Let's set the scene.
Okay, so we went there, we got there a bit, and the woman had to talk us through this Vel, she was called, attractive.
For an hour.
Talking us through it, I was so bored.
It was so rude. You got the newspaper out, you started texting.
Me and Matt were mucking about first, being all silly, going, we'll stick it up each other's. Oh, would you mind putting it up? Or what are you going to be wearing while we do this? Here, put this on. What kind of bra are you wearing? Do you love me? Have you got a boyfriend? And she went, look, you're going to have to be a bit more serious about sticking this pipe up your bum. And I sort of thought, well, if we're going to have to be serious, I'm just going to sit and read. So I sat and read.
You sat and sulked, let's be honest.
You can call it sulking.
What did she say to you? She goes, oh, he was getting impatient. And she'd been doing this hour talk, Chris.
Boring.
She goes, patience is a virtue. And he went, so's brevity.
So's brevity, dear. Just get things done. Because it wasn't about telling us about colonic irrigation. It just was, I'm going to enjoy being in a position where I can arp on.
No, because me and Trevor got really interested.
We got really into it. We learnt stuff about our bodies.
Yeah, well, I've learnt something about your body, Trevor. It contains fluids that mankind should never have to witness. It was mad. So Trevor went in one room, Matt went in the other, and I was kind of like hovering between them in what can only be described as a Michael Carrick role, linking them both of them up. So like Trevor, it was wonderful actually because there was like whale music playing in both the rooms, right? And Trevor was laying all beautiful and composed in his gown. It's a wonderful contraption that you sit upon. You have to sort of lay on your back with your legs sort of squatted and back as if you're trying to roll over backwards and into a sort of a little basin. A tube is fed into your Botticello, and you don't the effluvia and emergent substances don't go down the tube, but in fact just come out in the traditional fashion, fall into like a chamber pot, sort of a commode, and then go into a transparent pipe, and you see them whizzing by. It's like Scalextric, but with crap.
Yeah, and it's not
like a log flume or like one of those water slides.
It is like a log flume. You see them go by you. I was really fascinated by that because that is pure scatology, isn't it? To include that, because that pipe could have not been seen through, and you wouldn't see it go whizzing by.
I think that's half the fun, isn't it, to see what
at least half. I loved it going by. Right, and then sort of like, so Trevor was there all beautifully composed and delicate and sort of with the maternal glow of a new mother. Went into Matt was like a grunting, squalid little Viking, like a Middle-earth dwarf, snuffling, and every time I walked in there, he sat there with his legs up. He was like someone who just had a spiteful vindaloo. Oh, crap me, there I go again. Matt was trying to fight it. Trevor saw it as this beautiful spiritual experience. Matt regarded it as a sort of aquatic rape, as if he was at a war with Nemo, King of the Sea.
I was in pain.
You weren't you?
I had to have a hot thing on my stomach. I just had like crush it. It was like having diarrhea. It was awful.
I think that's because you were fighting against it, Matt. Trev went with it.
Well, I'm not passive. Like, if Trevor's ever in prison, then good luck to him.
Trev's going to be very popular if he has to do bird. They're going to love him in the showers. He'll make a fortune. Whereas you, Matt, you better have a lot of fags to swap because you ain't giving out at the other end, sunshine.
Russell was very sweet actually when he kept coming in. I don't know if it was sweet to you, because you sound like you're having good fun.
With Trevor, the whale song just seemed beautiful and like a natural part of the environment. With Matthew, you felt that he should have been listening to Enter Sandman or something. Sort of sat there all angry.
Because I was fighting it. It hurt. It was like, it fills you up with water and then it blasts out. So I wasn't letting it fill up too much. So it was a constant battle against this machine for 45 minutes.
Raging against the machine, even though that machine was in your own bum.
I know. And I think I put the pipe up far too far.
Did you? How far up the pipe? Because you only meant to put the pipe up an inch, as was my understanding.
I sort of fed it in. I wasn't sure how much had gone in.
Because you had to feed it up yourself. It was a lot of humiliation, wasn't it? You used to have to put on those 90s, then backwards 90s. Trevor's brought it in as a prize for someone. Yeah, that you put on like a schmock that's open at the back so you can see your little bum.
How revolting that he's brought that in.
I know,
It's
Trevor,
not a
also...
schmock, it's a smock.
The cord round your...
I don't know what schmock is.
A schmuck!
That's a Yiddish
Jewish
term for somebody who
dinkle.
throws water in.
Is it?
Yeah.
Throws water?
The worst thing about it is it fills you up and you think, oh no, it's the same feeling as, oh my God, I've got diarrhea and I've got to go now. And the woman comes in and goes, hello, are you comfortable? Is everything all right? And all you're thinking is, get out, it's
I'm
gonna
not
happen again.
pooing in front of you.
Yeah,
I find you attractive. It's difficult to poo in front of someone you find attractive.
I have poo problems pooing in front of,
Normal people in everyday life. Matt sometimes comes around my house asking for a poo in the middle of, could I come in for a poo? I couldn't do one at work. Couldn't, don't you? You have.
Well, it's happened, but not recently.
Yeah, it's happened quite frequently, quite a lot. And if there's a girl around my house, Matt goes, I can't go with her here.
Yeah, so imagine
Can you make
that.
her wait in the garden?
No, that's never happened. But imagine that, and then the lady comes in, she's leaning over you, touching things, you're thinking,
I know, all filling up
God, there he
water.
goes again. So you go, thank you, yep, right, great.
Right, jolly good, okay, move along, quickly,
Okay.
knowing that there's a big well of matter and
then
liquid within you.
Yeah, and as soon as she shuts the door, it just goes, and
Just
comes out.
bursts out of you. It's nice, the relief of it bursting out of you, but I just didn't. I felt so exposed and vulnerable. I went after these two. Those two had finished having theirs. Trevor all tranquil and beautiful. Matt like a grunting, squat little ape man.
I wasn't. I was in pain, wasn't I?
I know, it's really funny.
I was all sweaty.
There was one bit where they've been doing it for about 10 minutes and I'd just been in with Trevor and Matt sat there all snarling at the world, resenting the hose pipe within him. And I goes, oh, Trevor's in there, he's really relaxed, he's really enjoying it. And Matt went, is he? I got angry and tried to look relaxed with anger. Right, I'm going to enjoy this then. Just sat there all
It was
filling up with
horrible.
stuff.
There was a moment where I thought, well, I'm pulling.
Were you going to put it out?
Because she said, look, like, you saw so much water go in there, and then you think, well, that's all in there, and then you get these pains quite high up in your stomach, and you're meant to hold this vibrating massager thing on your stomach. That was too
and
much.
only on your stomach, Matthew. What you did was an abomination. And then I had to go. I had to go after the pair of them. I went on my own, and them two sat at the end of my bed eating crisps and popcorn and watching me get colonic irrigation like it was entertainment.
Some of the stuff that came out of you.
Nice, I thought.
What about that musket ball that came out of me?
Matt had a musket ball in him. Were you in the American Civil War, Matthew?
I
It's like General Custer's armpit and the stuff that come out of you. Ridiculous.
I think it was a pea.
It wasn't. Well, I haven't eaten peas for a long time.
I know, but that's what they say happens. They say you can have peas.
How would a
up
pea
there.
not decompose though, Trev?
Well, it gets lodged in one of those little pockets in the colon and...
Lodged in a colon pocket?
Yeah,
What is
exactly.
this?
And then
What
it can
is this
cause
we're presenting on this
diverticulitis.
radio now?
Well, if
What
you'd
is
have-
this?
If you'd have paid
listened to the-
attention instead of texting and reading your own article, which you must know of how it goes in The Guardian...
Good,
then-
that article.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have read it
I was just
again
trying
and
to see
again.
what was happening in it. I can't remember. Sometimes they print it a bit different, change bits, like some of my odd analogies.